Hi, my name is Laura Chung, and I am the author of How to Manifest. Today is February 20th, 2023, and we are on day 31. Happy new moon in Pisces. Today it happened at 1 degree of Pisces this morning. We are officially in Pisces season. And as always, I'm going to pull us a card to get the energy for today. And thank you for joining wherever you are in the world. I am joining from Cartagena, Colombia, and I just went an amazing tour of this beautiful town called Palenque here in Colombia. It was the first free town in the Americas where the enslaved people escaped the town of Cartagena and started their own township in the 1600s. So it's very, very interesting. And I was thinking about how their dreams of freedom to start their own town, you know, how many years ago? That was a little more than 400 years ago. And the meaning of Pisces really is about dreams and being um, delusional, but on the side of believing in the impossible. So, wherever you have Pisces in your personal natal chart, if you know that, or if you just want to think about the intentions for today, about really leaning into dreams that you might have had since you were a kid, dreams that were always put in the back burner of your life, of your mind, because maybe you needed to be a little bit more real and practical. But today is a great day to call in and think about the dreams that you just think are impossible in your mind, and um, dare to dream, I would say. I was doing some research this morning of people with Pisces moon, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a Pisces moon, and of course he had the famous speech. I have a dream speech. I did a whole little carousel of Pisces moon memes and like explanations about it on my Instagram if you're interested. Okay, so what is the energy for today? Pisces new moon. Okay. Okay, cool. So I picked two because the first one actually came up upside down, and the Five of Cups does talk about loss and grief and focusing on what you don't have versus what you do have. But the Five of Cups reversed is healing from that, maybe moving on from that kind of thinking. And collectively, we've all been going through a lot of loss and letting go and grieving over times that we had maybe planned in the past, but have been redirected and um, averted throughout the pandemic and the beginning of the pandemic. Certainly, most of us had plans for our lives and things that we wanted to do, and maybe you have shifted that out of necessity. I certainly have. I definitely thought I would be traveling the world still. I mean, that's why I quit my job, right? I wanted to travel the world and be nomadic, but was kind of sidelined for 3 years, but for a good reason, right? There were things that I needed to deal with. There were things that I needed to heal during that time, and I see, looking back, why that time was so important. But as you can see upright, the Five of Cups, this person is looking over the three spilled cups and doesn't realize that the two in the back are still up. But nonetheless, this card is about grief and about sorrow and loss. And so the card that I wanted to clarify was the Three of Wands, which is an Aries card. The Three of Wands is looking out to the future and planning and kind of like waiting in anticipation for what's next, what's in the future. So I think this is very telling of this Pisces new moon, because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It is all about healing, it is about forgiveness, it is about spirituality, and really tapping into this unconditional love. It's without boundaries, it's merging. We just came from Aquarius season, which is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn speaks about structure and form. And the sign of Aquarius, it's all very mental. Like these are the plans that I have for the future. This is what I want to accomplish. And now it's like we're at this new moon. It's the dark of the moon, which can be, as humans, a little unnerving because we don't know what's coming up next. But the Three of Wands is we're eagerly anticipating what this future has to offer us. And Pisces is right before the cardinal fire sign of Aries, which is the beginning of the new year. So Pisces season is again like a time of releasing, of letting go, of healing. It's a mutable water sign. And here in the Northeast, in the Northern Hemisphere, this really marks that time when the ice is melting and the soil is getting muddy and um, muddy soil really is like mutable water in the sign of Pisces. It's like dissolving of the ice, it's dissolving of the solid, and allowing the soil to become fertile for the springtime. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is all about change and movement. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if you've been on day 31, following along the journey, we are making our way towards the completion of this journey. And so, if you haven't manifested something yet, or if you're still on the journey of um, healing and trying to reclaim parts of yourself, that is all fine because this is a lifelong journey of getting to know who you are. Things aren't going to necessarily be manifested within 40 days, and that's fine. And maybe some of you have already manifested in the first week. But either way, first, let me know. Obviously, I read all of your DMs. But second of all, spoiler alert, I mean, obviously you're on day 31, so you know that this is more about manifesting your truth, like who you are, unveiling and revealing the true nature of who you are, your authenticity, and what it is that you want, and what it is that you're desiring here on earth, and what you came here to do. Because ultimately, we each have a special gift. We all have talents and gifts and things that we want to offer people. And like I mentioned in the days before, the thing that you are manifesting is really the state of being, not necessarily the thing. The thing is the vehicle in which you will receive the emotion, but you can feel it now through feeling. And that was on day 29. Well, basically all of the days, but more specifically, day 27, emotions are energy and motion. And then we spoke about shifting your reality on day 28, and day 29, becoming whole. And yesterday we spoke about intuition. Today we're going to speak about yin and yang. Once we achieve this balance, we will see everyone as a balance of masculine and feminine. Everyone has a role. Every energy is of equal value. This is by Reena Kumarasingham, The Magdalene Lineage, Past Life Journeys into the Sacred Feminine Mysteries. Masculine and feminine is not about gender, but the energies that are within all of us. Energy is non-binary, but our current vocabulary and understanding of polarity and duality are limited to these words. So for the purposes of the language we currently have to work with, I will be talking about masculine and feminine energies. In Chinese philosophy, they are referred to as yin and yang. In astrology, they are the lunar and solar, and in the chakra system, the Ida and the Pingala. In the law of sexual energies from the universal laws, you were introduced to the divine feminine yin, which is space, darkness, chaos, softness, passivity, potential, energy, age, infinity, and your subconscious mind. Like energy, the divine feminine is the foundation of all creation. It is spirit. It comes in form and out of form and then cycles again. The divine feminine is the isness, or the being of all things. In the West, we were taught that when you want something, you go out and get it. That cause and effect is expressed through yang, masculine energy. But as we've learned, there's a time and place for taking action, and also a time in which the opposite is true. Yin is taking care of your mind, heart, and body and soul and preparing them to be the vessel that attracts the thing to you. Systems and structures are masculine, but the feminine is flow. Notice how the concepts of cash flow and income stream have yin energies and associations. Yin is also aligned with the element of water as well as the sacral chakra. To be in yin is to be ready to receive the essence of our desires. So ultimately, manifestation is a yin feminine concept. But yin doesn't just mean you wish on a star and do nothing. It doesn't just mean resting either. It's consciously allowing things to flow to you. It requires you to be sensitive to other sensations beyond your five senses, to listen to your intuition. Yesterday, you listened to your clairs and spent time noticing the shifts in the environment around you. Yin means observing and having awareness of the actions of others so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready. Your manifestations come through when you are in this state. When you are rested, nourished, and loved, and when you have enough energy, you are ready to attract what you desire. What are you magnetizing through your energy? We are often taught to believe that more is better, that quicker is better, and that you have to work hard to get what you want. But so many of us have, rightly, begun to question this paradigm. After all, if working harder were the answer, then a lot more people would be rich. But they're not. There is a Zen Buddhist saying, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. You manifest when you take your focus off the big picture or the big dream and give yourself to your everyday mundane tasks. When you take in the lusciousness of each moment and just experience what you are doing, that's the most important step in manifestation, detachment. Allow nature to take its course. When you focus too much on the thing you're manifesting and why it's taking so long, you are micromanaging the universe. With love and peace, stop that. When you do that, you're basically telling the universe that you don't trust it. I'm specifically calling your attention to the divine feminine because chances are, if you live in the modern Western place, you are familiar with this masculine, possibly the wounded masculine. The wounded masculine may exhibit behaviors such as control, aggression, violence, and abuse of power. Maybe you're more comfortable with working and doing, but not as familiar with the feminine energy of waiting, contemplating, and receiving. There has to be an equal balance of feminine and masculine energy at all times, and the discernment to know when to be versus do. Chop wood, carry water. Today, stop worrying about getting the thing you want. Clean your bathroom, buy groceries, open your mail, do the things that must be done. Take this time while you're waiting for your manifestation to arrive by living your life. Living in the moment puts you in the receptive mode, and if the proper detachment is achieved, paradoxically, you will be ready for the next steps in the days to come. So the exercise for today is alternate nostril breathing. And I learned this in yoga school actually, because the right side of our body represents our masculine side, and the right side of our body, I'm sorry, yeah, left side of our body represents our more feminine side. So the right side, and I'm probably like not mirroring you. So the right side of your body is the solar, the more yang, and the left side of your body is the more receptive and the more yin, lunar side. And so when we would do this alternate nostril breathing, if your right nostril was blocked, that means your masculine energy is blocked. If you're and vice versa, if your left nostril was blocked, then your feminine side was blocked. Um, so we can try this together for a little bit. And the go deeper exercise is Wu Wei is one of Taoism's most important concepts, which is translated to mean non-action or non-doing. To our Western minds, it might seem nonsensical to do nothing, especially when our lives are so busy and full of needs. However, Wu Wei is about being in the flow state. And remember, manifestation is being in the flow state, it's being in the receptive. To be in Wu Wei is to cultivate a state of being that's in alignment with the ebb and flow of nature's cycle. Today, research Wu Wei or just put it into practice by taking a day off to do nothing. Be in nature and simply observe. What a wild idea. Okay, so you could sit on the floor, and if you have the book, there's this little picture that, to be honest, isn't that great, of a diagram, but I'll read the directions and then I'll demonstrate. So sit on the floor in a cross-legged position. Feel your sits bones rooted down to the floor, or if you're in a chair, you could sit up straight. Um, the crown of the head is reaching for the heart of the sky. Place your hands gently on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes and relax. Feel the spaciousness of the present moment. Take a deep breath, take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold for 4 seconds and exhale out through the mouth. Now, with your right hand, tuck your index, middle, and ring finger in your thumb and pinky out. So, like this. Or you could place both these fingers up here. Okay. So then you're going to place your right thumb on your right nostril, like this. And then you're going to inhale through the left nostril. Okay, so it looks like this. And then you're going to close the left and lift the right thumb and exhale through the right nostril. So that's why it's called alternate nostril breathing, because you're taking turns breathing through each nostril. Okay, so inhale, exhale. So already I could tell that my left nostril is more clogged than the right one. And you would do this for like at least 3 minutes. So that's an exercise to balance both the Ida, the Pingala, the lunar, the solar, the yin, and the yang. Okay, so just to look forward to tomorrow, tomorrow's day 32, Finding Your Soul Family. And if you want to buy the book, all the links are down below in the description box, but it is available at Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, IndieBound, and bookshop.org. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Happy New Moon in Pisces. Bye.